question.
Okay.
So if the job market is cooked, side hustles are cooked, people don't have money to buy things, people don't even hardly have money to pay you for things, what are you supposed to do? I feel like we're living in a world right now where there's no longer like a blueprint, a format. There's nothing to follow. There's nothing that people can just tell you to go try and do that's going to work. Like, I'm about to lose my car. I can't pay my electric bill anymore because it's too expensive. I don't have water at my house. Like, what is anybody supposed to do? Because I don't know where y'all are at. But like, I'm literally about to hit absolute rock bottom. And I don't even know how I'm going to not stay at rock bottom because nothing's working. So, I mean, I could sit here and ask you, when are we finally going to do something about it? But it's just like, when all of the systems in our reality are completely crumbling underneath our feet, like, what advice does anyone really have to give anymore? I mean, obviously I'm fucking talking to the camera, but like, what are we really gonna do? Like, is it gonna take enough of us not having electric bill in the worst? Or like how much do we have to sit here and keep sacrificing and giving up? Like, homelessness is going to increase. People not being able to afford things is still going up. And now it's at the teetering point where, it's not like there's any going back. There is no going back.
As I have told you guys many times over, again and again and again, these next 3 to 5 years, 10 years, this is gonna test everybody. Everybody's gonna have to show the world what they're made of, right? As I've said before, so many people have gotten used to the machine, right? So many people have gotten used to the matrix. So many people have gotten used to clocking in, clocking out, and never doing anything. This is why I continue to implore people, right? Create a system for yourself, right? If that means, going on a strict diet, if that means getting into a strict workout routine, if that means building out a schedule for yourself, you should have already been doing that, right? So you can have some kind of control over your own being. A lot of people, they're waking up and they're not in control of their own being. They rely on the system to do everything for them, right? Everything has always been in place, especially in the Western world, right? You log on to the computer, easy access, right? You have LinkedIn, Google, you name it, Yahoo. You can just log in, look for a job, or this is what it has been for decades. You log on to the computer, or before the technological age, right? You print out your resume, take it to little places. Maybe they hire you on the spot. Maybe they hire you in a month or what have you. People have gotten so used to the system. Now, when everything is being unplugged, everything is being unplugged. They unplugging everything. Ninja unplugging safety nets. Ninja unplugging medical. They unplugging everything that you can think of. Job safety. They're unplugging it all. Right now that they're unplugging everything, everybody's all scrambling, scraping. Nobody knows what to do. Right? Nobody knows what to do. When quite frankly, I've been given the advice for the longest. I've been given the blueprint, the escape blueprint for the longest. However, people want a easy out, right? There's no easy outs now. No, you got to get it back in blood, right? You got to get it out the mud. No, there is no going online and solving your issue, continuously applying for jobs, and you get 5 or 10 offers the next day, even at Wally World. No, those days are done. No, you really got to show the world what you're made of now. So, I mean, it is unfortunate that so many people are left to figure it out, right? After getting the rug pulled from up under them. It's very unfortunate. However, the world does not care about your despair, right? Life does not care about your despair. Hell, God don't even care about your despair, right? He's gonna throw you in that flame, right? And see what you're made out of. And this is what it has come to in 2026 and beyond. You're gonna have to show the world what you're made of. I keep telling y'all, this is do or die. This is do or die times. right? There is no going back. Yes, there is no going back. There is no reversing this. There is no reversing rent. Some of y'all think that rent is just going to come back down, right? The average rent in America, what is it, around $1,800, $2,000 in major cities on average, right? It gets way higher than that in most major cities, right? Most people can't even qualify for many of these rents. They don't make enough money to qualify for the rents. Hell, the people at the leasing office don't even qualify for the rent. But we're not going back. Food is not going back down. And as you can see, a lot of stuff is stirring up around the world, right? You got earthquakes going on. People are getting displaced. You got the war going on in Iran, right? Holding up the Strait of Hormuz. It's killing shipments. It's killing businesses. Yeah, things. Yes. Things about to hit the fan, right? So people have gotten so used to not using this, right? You need to start using this, right? Listen. The only people that will suffer are the people who accept suffering as their destiny. If you already give up, if you already throw in a towel, if you already say to yourself, damn, it ain't nothing to do, dang, there's no advice, dang, it's nothing that we can do, I mean, you're done, right? My mindset is that there's always a way. There's always a door. There's no such thing as a closed door in my world. There's no such thing as a closed door in my reality. I don't care if I have to kick it down, right? Many of y'all, many people, honestly speaking, right? And before I touch on that, the world has always been savage, right? I hope y'all understand that. The world has always been savage. Men have always went to war. Men have always died for unjust causes. Men have always been sent to war for kings and royalty for the sake of the kingdoms, not themselves. This has always happened, right? Other men of said countries have always taken the women, right, as spoils of war. This has always happened, right? People have always gotten priced out of society. There has always been peasants and there has always been kings.
Welcome to the afterpill.co. Your one-stop shop hub for everything that I offer. Whether you're here to book a one-on-one coaching call, join the Patreon community, explore Horizon Atlas, your relocation app, or access my latest content and resources, you'll find it all right here. Choose your path, take action, and start building the life you want.
There has always been royalty and there's always been cockroaches. There's always people who are doing a stepping, and then there's all the other people who are getting stepped on. There has always been people who are eating, and there has always been people who are getting their ass ate. Whoa, pause. Y'all know what I meant, right? This has always existed. So what is really happening, what a lot of people don't see is, yes, we have all of this technological advancement. Yes, we have all of these apps. Yes, we got ChatGPT and Claude and all, you name it. We got everything. You can build an app from scratch. Check out the Patreon. I taught that over there, right? You can build an application from scratch. You can build a business from scratch, right? It takes no coding. It really takes no formal knowledge anymore. You can just build these things. However, we're still going backwards. And when I say go backwards, I believe AI will take us into a sort of technological olden age, right? Technological past. If you get what I'm saying, I don't know the words for it, but yes, we've gotten technologically advanced. Yes, all of these things exist. However, because these things exist, I believe that it will create such a gap, right? You would think that with all the knowledge that we have, with everything that we have now, the technology is almost like godlike. Yes, the technology that we have now, the apps that we have available to us now, a simple Google search is damn near godlike. You can search anything that you want to. You can study the biggest businesses in history. You can reverse engineer whatever you want to. You can see how to make income in every way possible, legal and illegal. You can do whatever you want to do. You can research whatever. Technology is almost godlike. But just because we have godlike technology doesn't mean that people are going to be in tune with it. Doesn't mean that people are even going to know how to use it. As you can see today, if you do the research, only a small minority of people in the world are actually using this technology to advance themselves into the new world, right? That's a problem as it is. People are not using this. People are not using their brains, right? And a lot of people, the argument when AI first hit the streets, right, of consumers, they said that, oh, this will change, basically the gap closes because now we have more people who have access. I disagree, right? I agree, but disagree. I agree because now the people who are actually innovative, right? You have people who are innovating from the top bottom. Yeah, you got people with money who are innovative and creative, and you got people at the bottom who are innovative and creative, but they just didn't have the resources to exercise that innovation, right? They didn't have the resources to practice their creativity and really bring their mind into the real world. That gap is no longer for them. Right? But then for the rest of everybody else, that's a small minority. For the rest of everybody else, they're not doing anything because they are reliant upon the system. They are used to people throwing them crumbs. They're used to daddy government bending them over. Yes, a lot of people are like this. I would say 80% of people. It's definitely 80% of people who want things to be done for them. Right? They don't care to put in the work. They don't care to think. And I'm not by no means trying to say that we're not in hard times. Yes, hard times are amongst us, right? Not just for you guys, for me as well, right? I'm no, like it goes for all of us, right? So myself included, I got to put pedal to the metal, right? I got to use this. I got to use this mind of mine, right? I got to get to the bag, right? I got to make sure I stay afloat. I ain't got time for the BS either, right? That goes for all of us. But some people are more inclined to quit before they actually try, right? And this is why I have always said, like, if when it comes to the real world, right, most people will be wiped away clean. Right, especially if we're talking about men, most men will be wiped away clean. Right, it happened in the past. It can happen today because you got to understand that much of the world are NPCs. I want y'all to get that through your mind. If you're watching me, I hope you're not an NPC, but I know I got some NPC watchers in here. But if you're not an NPC and you're watching me, you got to understand that much of the world are NPCs. Much of the world, they just take up space. Much of the people here take up space. If you were to ask me, I believe that they're programmed, not really alive. They're alive, but not really alive. Conscious, breathing, but not really there. That's a whole different conversation, right? But much of the world are NPCs. So you got to understand that much of the world, they operate in a way that is not higher. If you get what I mean. They don't operate on the higher frequency. They operate on the lowest frequency possible. So these people, the 80% of people, right, they're the reason for the system. Right? The system was created for the 80% of people because you can't just have, all of these NPCs walking around, right? Running into each other, right? You can't have them wandering all around. This is why Amazon slave camps exist. Amazon corporation slave camps exist. This is why the FedEx, slave camps exist, right? We got to have places for the NPCs, right? So you got to understand that much of the world, much of the system, much of the matrix is here to look after the NPCs, right? Now, if you're somebody who thinks higher, you're somebody who thinks more on the intellectual level, right? This will pain you even more, right? Because you were already kind of forced into a system that you didn't even want to be in, right? You work your 9 to 5, you're doing this, that, and the third. You really didn't want to be there, but you needed to make money, right? It's good while it lasted, but now you got to get up off your ass, right? Which pains you even more because you got so used to a system, you damn near turned into an NPC. You damn near turned into an NPC. Now you really got to stand on your own 2 feet and get to the money and get to the bag, right? So listen, man, I understand completely. I get it. It seems like all routes are being closed. Listen, it's not. Yes, it's getting harder. Yes, the doors are closing. Yes, it's going to take more strength for you to kick these doors down. Absolutely. But it's going to be up to you to make the decision to do it, right? It's going to be up to you to take the path, right? The path of resistance, not least resistance, because the least resistant paths, they're all drying up. So especially if you waited, so long to take certain paths, yes, you're going to have to take this path, right? Yes, it's going to be painful. I want to tell y'all something, man. You're going to have to embrace pain. If you think that you're going to avoid pain, if you think that you're just going to maneuver your way out of pain, it's not going to happen, right? If you try to maneuver your way out of pain, that's the quickest way to not get what you need in this life, right? You have to embrace pain. You have to embrace a sort of darkness. You have to understand, that the world doesn't operate on goodness, right? It's hard to really fathom, for people who view the world in a certain light. Yes, there's good people in the world. There's good people in the world, but the world doesn't operate off of goodness. If you get what I mean, there can be good people in an evil world, right? But the world doesn't operate based on the good people. The world operates very much off of evil and debauchery, and you have to accept that darkness for what it is. It is what it is. We all were born in this world, and to really get through this life, you have to accept everything for what it is: the good, the bad, the ugly, all right, the good and the evil, right? There's no getting around that. You have to kind of add it to yourself, right? Because you got a lot of people, they're very distraught. They're very anxious because they see, especially people who see the world for what it is. They get into this mode where it's like they're always anxious. They're always overthinking. Stop overthinking. The world is what it is. The world is evil. The world is debaucherous, right? The world is full of PDFs, right? Yes, you have evil elites and you got you got evil peasants as well. It is what it is. You got to get in where you fit in, baby. Right. So, yes, they are removing a lot of things. Yes, it seems like all the doors are closing. Right. It seems like there's like the dude was just saying. Right. He's about to lose his car. He don't know what he's going to do. Right. It seems like there's no answer. There's always an answer. There's always an answer. There's always an answer. But it's just going to come down to what are you willing to do to survive? See, everybody wants to talk about being good and this, that, and the third. But what happens? What happens when you're back against the wall? That's what I want to ask. See, I've already came to the conclusion. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I will do if my back is truly against the wall. You have to accept that. But you got to ask yourself, what are you willing to do when your back is against the wall? Right? Are you going to sink or are you going to swim? Ninja, right? Remove all morality and all of that stuff because we're talking about survival. Morality doesn't exist in for the sake of survival. It doesn't. I know a lot of you religious zealots and you Mr. Morale, Mrs. Morale want to think that, just goodness apply to everything. It doesn't. It doesn't, because I promise you some of the most good people, the goodest people, right? If that's a word, will do some things for a piece of change if it came down to survival. And that's what many Americans are now experiencing now, because everything has been good thus far. Everything has always been good. There's always, these nets have always existed. So now that these nets are being cut, now that they're telling you, you're on your own, now people are really going to show their true colors, right? People are really going to show their true colors now. People you thought were good, people you thought that stood for nothing, we got to survive now. So yeah, we're about to see a lot more sinister stuff go on, because people got to survive. People got to eat. Family got to eat. Right? Women need to get by. So you're going to see a lot more craziness. Men got to get by. You're going to see a lot more craziness. They got kids. You're going to see a lot more craziness. So the point of this video, man, is take care of yourself. Open your eyes. Open your mind. I believe that there's always a way. I don't believe it's just, yes, things are crashing and burning, but, when things crash and burn, that brings about something new. So you got to open your mind and think and really dive deep into yourself and ask yourself, who are you? What are you made of? Right? How do you get through this? Right? If you're a praying person, you believe in God, you believe in Jesus Christ. Hey, start praying. Right? Ask for some answers. You believe in Muhammad, whoever, right? Attach to your God and find the answers, right? Whatever you may believe in, because these are one of those times where you really got to tap into the source. You really got to tap deep into yourself to really figure out who you are and what you're made out of. A lot of people have forgotten themselves because you've been used to the corporate everyday life, right? You've been so used to being fed through the doggy bowl. You've been used to that life. You've been operating on autopilot. Now it's time for y'all ass to wake up. And that's an after pill. Listen, the after pill is the ideology. The escape blueprints the framework. And PFP life is how you should live. And purpose and freedom and empower. Listen, if you truly want some guidance and you truly need some help, hit that link in the description. Yes, it does cost to talk to me, but if you really want to learn something, if you really need some guidance, you really need some help, hit that link in the description, book a coaching call with me, and I will lead you in the right direction. I can map out a plan for you so we can get you to where you need to be. And also, if you've been thinking about relocating, maybe you are retired, maybe you have a substantial savings, or maybe you make money online like I do, and you just need some help in guiding yourself, through the relocation process. You can also hit that link and book a coaching call with me as well. You can also check out horizonatlas.ai. Horizonatlas.ai, your relocation app, gives you all of the information that you need about visas, residencies, country safety, and just a little bit more information about said countries that you may want to visit. And also check out the Patreon. I have countless videos. Just released a video the other day on Patreon, behind the scenes, talking about AI. You're actually seeing me in motion create my own application and so on and so forth. So make sure you check out the Patreon. The memberships are growing over there. Make sure you join the inner circle. I believe we are almost 50 deep over there on the Patreon. We almost have 50 something members over there on the Patreon. So make sure you come in and tap in on the Patreon. Check out horizonatlas.ai and also hit the link, and you will see everything that you need to over there. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Welcome to the afterpill.co, your one-stop shop hub for everything that I offer. Whether you're here to book a one-on-one coaching call, join the Patreon community, explore Horizon Atlas, your relocation app, or access my latest content and resources, you'll find it all right here. Choose your path, take action, and start building the life you want.